Welcome back to the Phoenix Truth Rising Show. This is the Spaceman 2.0, here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth. I'm here to share with you the creation story, the sacred universe, and the incubation of the Phoenix, Journal 21. I'm going to start over the spiritual story and just continue it on in each part without any interruption so that your mind can go with the ever understanding of these wondrous words. You may need to listen to it again and again because there's many levels and layers to the words that you will hear and read. So please follow along as I read, or take a time to pause and read for yourself each page so that you can come to understand what each word truly means for you. For they're given on many levels, and each is meant for the one who listens. So I'll begin with the excerpts, the spiritual excerpts from Journal 21, Creation. Today's watch. In the service unto truth and wisdom of the word, which is, do I speak in wondrous communion with you, who will place your eyes and ears upon that which is given unto you in this time of passage. I am a Haton of God. Every dawn brings indication of activities for which the coming day is suited. When you see the wondrous eagle or redtail fly across the face of the rising sun and give out his call to the mate and onto the winds, it is not accidental or without meaning. To the other birds and animals who watch and listen, the lessons are learned, and thus do they gain their impressions of the new gifted day of experience. The eagle's flight is a cue, a message wealthy with meaning in each sound and circle. The direction he flies, the time that was chosen for flight, the place from which he appeared to the life of the forest, meadows, and desert who watch. These are all parts of his statement, sentences in the paragraph of expression. But there is other news, equally valid, of more or less importance to various creatures. Yes, the birds and animals take careful note. What kind of day is it going to be? Is it a day that you should look for your meal on the hillside? Or might you be better off going up into the pasture? Could it be a morning to fly to the treetops and sing for a while, or might it be better to get busy because your time of gathering might be cut short? In every moment and movement, in every creature's actions, the Great Spirit communicates to all creatures everything they need to know. Through thousands and millions, billions of agents sent forth, angel, elemental, vegetable, animal, and mineral. Through the vast and subtle network of living design, beyond the weather, beyond the wind, before the wind, the truth is ever being transmitted into your world of form. Information percolates through to you from the subtle world of spirit. Your body knows, your senses pick it up. Its relevance goes deep into that place within, where you determine how you can make the most creative use of the perceived allotment of time. Do you waste it? Do you appreciate and value each moment? Do you understand and recognize the messages? You must first come into communion with self and allow the opening of the senses onto the subtle messages of the universe and onto God, who dwells within and thusly speaks most softly indeed. You must come to understand that identifying with the being of creation of all life, you realize that the particular form that you are conscious of projecting through at the moment is not really who you are. As you begin to see your body as an exquisite exploratory instrument designed for the expression of your spirit, you begin to relax about the whole mysterious circumstance. Your preoccupation with survival begins to fall away, and you can more clearly recognize direction of actions with which to ensure that very survival. The body must not become unimportant, but rather the fundamental identity shift must take place. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not what you feel, nor your role or your experience. You are the spirit, actually the spirit of life itself, experiencing upon the elements of a manifested creation. You must learn to delight in the glorious opportunity of incarnation and manifested physicalness, exploring the realms of matter, blessing the earth and all therein, thereupon, and beyond. But mostly, you must communicate that which shares your manifested format. That which is beyond shall come soon enough. Right now. The psychological process that triggers this awareness takes place in the present moment. You must be there, Chalice, fully present to experience it. This is not difficult. It is just that you are taught erroneously to avoid knowledge and instructed to walk your journey in a sleep state of semi-consciousness and blot out that which makes you uneasy from your consciousness. However, the subtle programming of your subconscious mind rebels and then finally functions according to the programming you insist is its function. The higher conscious continues to rebel on to the ending of the experience in the seeking of its own fulfillment, that of soul journey and chosen experience, which shall bring you again into oneness with God. It is not as elusive as it might seem at first. First, you must become aware. Stop and see and feel that which you are doing right now. Dharma, leave me for a moment and look about your placement experience for a moment, that which is being shared with you. Please, there is a picture of the child seeking better eyesight, a calendar with a wondrous picture of the redwood forest, a script of a perfect prayer, a letter from Sister Thedra, a drawing of someone's perception of Hatan, a valid picture of Sananda, and even a wondrous likeness of a spaceman, through whose eyes you see eternity. Look beyond the entropy of the cluttered setting, which only Hatan knows any whereabouts of any document or confirmation, and see things of value. Sniff the air, which bears the odor of vanilla in tropical day. Note the glare coming into thine eyes, which annoys and rectify the circumstance. Remember, you must change the things of negative impact as you can, and recognize and grow from the things over which you seem to have no control, and learn to know the difference. Then, in the higher self, know that you can change all, impact all, and know all, and then you must be willing to accept all. Only then can you accept thine own power and create in truth, instead of the lies as given unto your senses, to delude you into the minefield of the flight path back to God, and among the orbs of the heavens. You must do of it, for one cannot do of it for another. Not you, not them, and not me. I cannot even teach you to fly. I can show you the way, but you must take my hand and follow the instructions, or you will plummet onto the rocks and perish. A body is not made to fly. Use the body for that which it is, a tool, through which to function in the physical experience. Not more, not less. The wings of human come attached to the spirit, and if given the breath of life, it shall soar beyond the eagles. If given the imprisonment of Satan's promises, it will sink in the mire of the physical, and become imprisoned in that which is illusion and lie. Ponder these things as we move along in the journey through a physical transition, for you will not be given to avoid either portion of your selfness. Ahoy. Earth things. Back to experience that which you might see, which is in store for your experience. God lays the path for glory. Man lays the path for fulfillment of greed and lust, power and control. You must determine that which is which, and be ever discerning and cognizant of that which is laid forth for thine choosing. Yes, I know that perception of physical pleasures of the fleshly desires are always present. How else can you be captured by your enemy? Your enemy now plays only to the lustful, greedy, and power-controlled desire of your beingness, for he is given into control of your placement. It is for you to discern the differences and stand strong in truth, after you again locate and know the truth. I do not tell you that which to do or experience. I come only to remind you of the laws of God, those laws which no human can change by any earth manner whatsoever. I have learned my truth is best expressed in silence, for no one wants to hear my truth. No one wishes to hear my truth either. When one desires to walk with the brotherhood of truth, one either rebels and runs away, or one moves within the silence of knowledge and wisdom and continues to work at that which is available to service. The journey to understanding of actions and testing are hard indeed, for God spares not rod in the teaching of those who will stand that final hour in truth, without turning from his presence. And then, dear ones, there shall be no silence, for the songs of the universe become thine, and the senses are filled with the dance of life and harmony. The testing is hard, and few make it, dear hearts, few make it. Rejoice as you ones reach one graduation marker after another, for in this manner shall you reach the final graduation. There is no other way except through the red road of truth, back home unto God. Interpretations. Interpretations are what stand between you and the clarity of perception that you will need to do the work that lies ahead. You must release them with your thoughts, with your dreams, with your hopes, and with your fears. They may seem to be insignificant, ethereal things floating gently through your mind or heavenly upon it, but do not be misled by their apparent lack of substance. They are the stuff that wars are made of, that harbingers of death, the agents of disease and destruction. With the energy that you give them through your attention, they have the strength to cripple a planet and all its civilization. There is an old myth regarding a tree in the center of the Garden of Eden. Why do you suppose the Lord forbade those first recognized humans to eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil? If indeed he did so, it might well have been thine dark brother who set you up. At any rate, only one with a consciousness of the whole of creation is in a position to determine the good and evil as it pertains to the various creatures. In the other reality, the first humans shared in the holistic perspective of the Creator, but in the form reality, their perspective was decidedly subjective, incapable of accurately assessing the needs of the whole. They cannot creatively direct the course of those who had projected forms functioning within creation. Only the totality of consciousness, God the Father, the Creator, was in such a position. As long as they had trust in Him and were willing to function within the range of their design, within the context of the Creator's own internal dynamics, they had complete freedom to enjoy the created realms. Now consider why the Dark Brotherhood had to come in and the deceiving by pretending to be the lighted God. He could present himself as a wondrous God and fool the perceiver and cause them to act as if his were the laws of the Creator God. Well, the old boy is a God. He is a God, the God of the fleshly physical experience of evil intent. He cannot create, and therefore must utilize that which is consciously aware of predicament. You, the human species. All other creatures act in balance and harmony by instinct. In the parable of the partaking of the forbidden fruit, these first representatives of deity stepped outside the range of their design function, consequently outside the range of the creative energy that was available to them according to the nature of their design. This was the beginning of disease, aging, and death, the beginning of their pattern of false identity, and the beginning of human history, so to speak. The pattern of false identity has lasted and increased in intensity until this very day, a perceived experience in your format, and while it has not critically affected the gestation period, it has certainly made it far less enjoyable. So with that being said, this is part 3 of the creation story. I'm going to continue on with part 4, and we'll continue right where we left off. Having said that, this is Spaceman 2.0. Thank you for tuning in. Please press that like and subscribe and share this necessary knowledge for everyone to become aware of and move through this transition period into the lighted world of truth and light. I'm Spaceman 2.0, and